Hi, hello, how are you? And welcome back to a speed build. So, I have been so excited to share this speed build with you guys because this build is one of my, not kidding, not exaggerating, definitely falls into one of my top 10 favorite builds I've ever done. And it's a farmer's market, which I'm sure you can tell by the title, but hey, I have to tell you in the audio too. And I was so worried when I started that this was going to be either a half functional lot or a more decorative lot. Like, sometimes you want something in The Sims, but it can't actually do what it does in real life. And so you have a lot that looks like something, but it doesn't work like a thing. Like when we use move objects to fake ladders and stuff like that. I was worried it would end up like that, but it didn't. And that's the best part. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to make, as you probably know, I hope you know, maybe know, now you know. Um, I am working on my own save where I, revamp and redo and fill in all the worlds, all the lots in The Sims. And right now I'm working on majorly renovating Willow Creek because Willow Creek is more renovation than original builds. And then when I get inspired to do something new and unique, working on New Crest. And this is in my New Crest area for my save file. And I was like, oh my gosh, because you know how New Crest has two neighborhoods, I think? Yeah, three? I don't know. And then that row of lots where you could put houses obviously, but it's kind of set up as a strip so you can put community lots there. And so I've been working on builds to put there specifically, and I was like, Newcrest feels like a very like nature happy, cool, carefree area. And so in the strip, that's where, if you saw my greenhouse restaurant build, that restaurant is on this row. And I was like, oh my gosh, what else would fit in really well with that restaurant? A farmer's market. And I don't think I put this lot right next to the greenhouse. It's like one lot over, so it's not a ton of plant related things. But anyway, so I was like, I'm going to do a farmer's market. And obviously, we have a kind of a mini farmer's market kind of feel with city living with the produce stand. And I knew I wanted to include that. I knew I wanted to include what you're seeing me build right now, which is this little kind of, I imagined it as a little kind of pop up store flower shop type thing, and that's why I put the flower arranging bench in there and all of that stuff. And then I put one of the yard sale tables in front of it so you could have a sim sell flower arrangements at that table. Also, a big thing specifically with this little guy, this little flower shop thing, is that I set this lot as a park, and it functions as a park. There's bathrooms and places to sit, and there's a chess table and all that stuff. But if you wanted to, you could 100% change it to a retail lot and put a cash register in here so you could sell all the little decorative things I put into this little building, like the wreaths and the various plants and things like that, and even probably the table, the workbench. So there is that. But I didn't want anyone that didn't have, oh, what did retail stuff come with? I don't know. But anyway, anyone that didn't have, I think it's Get to Work. That stuff. I didn't want the lot to be broken. I wanted to still be, yes, this is still cute. It's like a decorative thing, even if it doesn't work as a store, because you still have all the yard sale tables hanging around. And that part was really important for me because obviously I put in all of these like food concession vendor stands in here, and I don't think it's in the speed build, but I actually went into the game and I pulled out every single one of those from every pack and picked 6 of them, because 6 is the maximum number of vendors you can have on a lot. And then when I found out where I couldn't find the produce stand, and then when I found the produce stand, I added that. So there are technically 7 of those stands in here, so you can only have 6 going at once. And then I did put one of the season stands in there, and I put the summer one because I have my probably simming save. I just keep it set to summer because summer is the easiest to build in because the weather's pretty much clear and it's bright and it's good for screenshots and stuff. And so I put the summer one in there. But obviously, you could always go through, and when you play with the lot, if you have seasons in, I mean, if you don't have seasons, then you wouldn't have that sand and you could replace it with something if you wanted to. or you could just leave it empty. I don't know. That's up to you, obviously. And so I have the summer stand in, and then when I play in this save in the future, if I wanted to, I could just, it turns to fall. I could switch it for the fall stand. And so that's like, I put it at the front of the lot because I imagine like that's a seasonal vendor. So that vendor is changing all the time, whereas the other ones don't. You always have your beverages, you always have your Japanese food, your cupcakes and stuff. And then, like I said a minute ago, one of the most important things I wanted this to serve as a farmer's market is it to actually work as something where your Sims could come sell their stuff. And so I put quite a few of those yard sale tables in here so that you could have your Sims sell their collectibles. Or I didn't put a painting wall in here. I thought about it, the gallery walls that you can sell paintings off of. I thought about it, but in the end it was going to take up too much space, and so I didn't. But you could obviously like remove things and add them in there. If you have been watching my videos for at least a little bit, then you know that I like to build things that are fairly versatile and that they're easy for you to make work for you. So obviously you can throw a gallery wall in here if you want to. I also made this, I wanted it to feel like if you've ever been to a real farmer's market, or if you've been to an outdoor flea market and stuff, they don't want you to just like browse and go. Or if you've gone to like a craft show in a convention center or something, they don't want you to browse and go. They want you to sit around because obviously they want you to think about the stuff that's there and they want you to buy it. But I also, like I said, I set this up as a park. So I want this to be a place where people would go fairly regularly to go get fresh produce or to buy homemade things or to get food with their families. And so there's a lot of seating. And I put the little bistro tables out because I imagine they'd go with the coffee shop area and the cupcakes, whereas the picnic bench, park bench type things were more of like they went with the other fast food type things more. And then I put a bathroom in here because I did set it as a park, so I had to have a bathroom, but also because, I don't know, it's really annoying when you're playing on a lot that doesn't have a bathroom, because then if your Sims gotta go, like, what do you do? So definitely made sure to put a bathroom, but I put it off in the corner. So the bathroom's not like a main attraction or anything. And then I made sure to put a lot of flowers and things in here. Like the landscaping was key. I wanted this to feel really, I don't know, I wanted it to feel fun. And I wanted it to be like when your Sims go there, you're having just as much time as they are and all kinds of stuff like that. And I did something I don't usually do, but I did do last time. I think it's like I'm on a kick with it now because I've been going, well, I should tell you what it is. I play tested this build. Oh my gosh, I know. I haven't play tested any builds ever except for the greenhouse. And it's because I've been coming up with things like this where the game doesn't necessarily set you up to create something like this. And I did a lot of move objects to achieve this. And so obviously things could glitch and things. So I did test this. I did play in it, and it, oh my gosh, guys, I had so much fun on this lot because okay, here. So look, you go on, and obviously because it's set as a park, like all of your random Sims show up and they're hanging out and they're eating food, and then you could set up a yard sale table and it's great. The only downside is that when they put in the vendors, they didn't make it so that if you put it on a community lot, vendors would automatically show up. So you do have to hire the vendors for $100 per stand, which is annoying, but it's worth it because it's so much fun. And honestly, like you could always buy the vendors and then just give yourself back the $600 you spent, because I feel like that's a feature the game should have. If it's a community lot, the vendor should show up. It's not like you have a lemonade stand at your house that you have to pay someone to run, right? But we're not going to complain today. We're going to enjoy this farmer's market because, like I said, it was so much fun to play in, because once the vendors are all there and your Sims start showing up, it's like a park, but it's so much more alive than a park because you can shop there, and then you can have Sims with running the tables and things, and people are just hanging out too because there's food. So they're buying food and they're just hanging out and chatting, and there's a fountain, and it's not a big lot. I don't remember. I think this is a 20 by 30 lot or something like that. One of those longer, more narrow lots. So there's not a ton of space, but there's a lot to do, and a lot of Sims still show up. And I can't talk about this enough because I've been surprising myself so much lately with how much fun I've been having building these lots as I come up with them. And playtesting them and playing with them, and a farmer's market was what I needed in The Sims. Plus, I mean, hey, it'd be really cool if you have that'd be a challenge. Oh my gosh, if you had a sim that you only wanted them to make money with things that they had crafted or things they had found, so they have to come to the farmer's market to sell their stuff, like, that would be crazy, but it could also be fun, and this could be where they sell them because I don't know, when you go to the city and people have the vending tables out, or well, I'm pretty sure they're only there during the flea market, right? So who wants to wait for the flea market to come around when the farmer's market is open every day of the week? Nobody. Exactly, exactly. And then also, I did take the time to light this lot up, but I didn't put a ton of lighting in it, and that's because it's a farmer's market, and farmer's markets really aren't open in the evening, you know? So I mostly lit it up just because I felt like I needed to, but not because I'd imagine your Sims being there at night, you know? Why would you be at the farmer's market at night? What are you selling? What are you selling? Chocolate. Why did I say that? I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. So, yeah, I don't want to sit here and gush over this lot for the whole voiceover, but I really just want to gush over this lot because it's so cute and it functions so well. I don't know. And there will be screenshots at the end of this video. I should probably say that, but they will have been taken manually because we have the whole screenshot blurry glitch thing after the patch. So if there's anything wrong with the screenshots, that's why. I was originally not going to include screenshots in this video at all, but I didn't think that was fair to you because I don't know. I want you to be able to get as full of a preview of this as possible before you go download it. Speaking of downloading it, it will be on the gallery. My ID is Veronica Good 6, which is also down below, so you can check that out. So download it. You'll have fun. But anyway, the screenshots are rolling through, so I am going to let you go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.